Welcome to my recap of Court of the Rings on January 20th with the Q&A with Severlin. In this video, as usual, I'm gonna go over the most important things that were discussed on this stream. And of course, as you would expect, yesterday we got the roadmap for 2023 for LOTRO. I'm just gonna quickly go through this before we go into the details of the video. If someone watching has not seen this, this is the roadmap for 2023 for LOTRO. This is basically the year divided into 4 updates. First quarter of the year we'll get update 35 with the instance cluster and mainly the warden and captain update. We're also getting the power revamp and the crafting revision will begin. Then in the spring we're gonna get a Gondor landscape update. And from that point, there's just going to be ongoing work until we get to the last quarter, quarter 4, with the new big expansion, new level cap, and new class, new instances and raid, of course, with an expansion. And of course, it's going to be landscape. Next expansion is taking us south to Umbar. So having said that, let's get into the details from the stream. Like I said, they talked about the 2023 roadmap for LOTRO. And of course, people were asking questions in the chat, and some people were asking, well, why isn't this in the letter? Why isn't this in the letter? And of course, they can't put everything in the roadmap. Always going to be stuff that they have planned that's not going to be in there. So the roadmap does not contain everything. They talked about landscape difficulty. This is something that you can do on the legendary servers. You can choose the landscape difficulty, I believe, all the way from normal, and then there's I think 9 tiers, or is it 6? I can't remember. But obviously the higher tier you choose, the harder the landscape will be, and there's also some deeds connected to questing on this difficulty. You can get some titles, but they did say that hopefully they can bring this to the live servers mid-year, so in the middle of 2023 they hope to have this ready. There's ongoing work for a new launcher, the LOTRO client launcher. They have some issues with the current one and they want to get the new one out, and the new launcher should give everyone a better experience. They also talked about river hobbits. I know we've heard about river hobbits for a long time. They would be happy to give us this also mid-year, so sometime this year, in the middle of the year. But this is also something that could get postponed if they don't have time to do it, because things might change. There was also some talk about communication. They want to give us a new forum, a forum update this year. The old forum is kind of buggy and, to be honest, it's kind of annoying to browse through. Basically what they want to do is just delete the old forum, get rid of it, and bring us a brand new user-friendly forum. Someone also asked about an official Discord server for LOTRO. It's something they have thought about, but it's basically a 24/7, 365 open chat. So it would need moderation, all that stuff. But it's been on their mind at least. They talked about Treebeard and Shadowfax, the 2 legendary servers. And they basically confirmed, a few people were asking in chat, and they confirmed the servers will shut down when they reach live, or like the live level cap. And by that point, people will get the option to transfer to their server of choice. So obviously Shadowfax is going to catch up pretty soon, while Treebeard is some ways ahead. And of course, every time there's a Q&A, there's questions about lag, and the same answer is always, it's constant work, trying to fix the lag, make the game better. And Severlin actually went more into detail about quest lag. That's a big one currently, because every time a character logs in, it has to load all the quests, and it does take a lot out on the server. They said they have a fix for that looks promising, So hopefully we'll see this fix implemented, and hopefully it'll have an effect on the lag in the game. Update 35, which is our next big update, will arrive on Bullroarer in February at some point, and the planned release for this update is sometime in March. So it's pretty likely we'll see Bullroarer during February and then release sometime in March. People will get the chance to play the instances and try the reworks of the classes and give some feedback so we can get ready for the release in March. We know that for this update, update 35 in March, captains and wardens are getting their big reworks. Cordovan also mentioned that next week we probably will see the captain / warden dev diaries, so they should be arriving next week, at least for one of them. That's something to look forward to. So they're gonna be the main focus for this update, but they also said they pretty much want to look at every class in 2023. Some classes will of course get more work done because some classes might need it more, but they did want to look at every class, see if there's some changes that needs to be done. And of course, we already know this, the instance cluster for this update contains of 2 3-mans, 1 6-man, and 1 12-man raid. They talked about crafting as well. As we know, crafting is gonna get revived this year. Our players now should be able to choose their 3 main focus areas. So for example, you can go metalsmith, weaponsmith, prospector if you want. Basically, you get to choose 3 that you want to have on each character. And it was confirmed that we have a dev diary in a few weeks for crafting, so we'll get some more information on what they have planned. But that's still a few weeks away. Someone in the chat asked about the new biome that we're supposedly getting with the Umbar, and what exactly is a new biome. Basically, a biome is how the surroundings look. This will give areas their own feel. So pretty much anything from rocks, the grass, the sky, what it looks like, cliffs, trees, any like environmental things. So I think this means that when we get to Umbar or to the south, we're gonna get like coastal, maybe desert or jungle. Just a new type of biome that we haven't seen in the game yet. If people were curious about the new biome, that's basically what it means. New environmental look. Gonna look different from anything we've seen. They also talked a bit about the power rework, and as has been stated before, the goal of the power rework is that you won't really feel this on landscape while questing, but it should have small effect on you in instances. So if you're doing a 12-man raid, for example, you just go full ham, spam, 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 you're gonna feel it a little bit. And they said every class should have some self-sustain for power. We of course know that Lore Master is a class that can share a lot of power, but according to what they said, every class will have their own little way of getting some power back if you're running low. There was also talk about Delvings, and they mentioned that update 35 might get some tweaks to the rewards that we get from Delvings. Right now, one of the big problems is when you get like those crafting material boxes and you open like tier 1 crafting materials, it's kind of underwhelming. So hopefully we'll see some more useful loot going forward. School and library will get the delving system, the first classical instances getting this the delving mechanic into it. It'll only be available at level cap, but it's going to be interesting to see how this works in practice, and also what are the rewards going to be. I think for people to run this on delving needs to be worth it. So we'll see what happens there. That is gonna be it for my recap of Court of the Rings. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe to my channel, join my Discord server, and I'll see you in the next one. If you're playing or looking to play Lord of the Rings online, there is one place you need to be. The Ghyniverse is a community Discord server for the game Lord of the Rings Online. In this server, you'll find anything from giveaways. There's also a frequently asked questions channel that I would recommend checking out first. You'll be able to see when I put out new YouTube videos, whenever I stream. You can also ask for the streamer role, and you'll be able to post your own streams in this server for everyone to see. There's currently over 5,000 members in this Discord, and it keeps growing. You will also find discussion channels about the game, LOTRO. You can ask any questions in the help channel. There's discussions for every single class in the game and PvP. But one of the best things about this server is the best in slot items section. In this section you can find trait lines for every single class. You will find screenshots of the current best gear being displayed. In this channel you'll find charts showing what stats you need for your characters, mitigations, mastery crit, finesse, but you'll also find useful information about drop rates in different instances. I hope you will consider joining my server, and maybe one day I'll see you in Middle-earth.